Hey everyone, it's Tomebinder, and today we're checking out Storm on the Walls, which is a map that came out a month ago, but the creator made an awesome trailer for an update to the map, and it's on YouTube. I checked it out, and it looks awesome. It looks very Dark Souls-inspired, dark fantasy. All you have to know about this map is that an army of vampires has invaded the land of Ameria, and we are part of an insurgent group trying to drive them out, I believe. Our insurgent group is called the Purple Hand. And I guess our objective in today's mission is to find and kill Countess Havengale. I have to clear areas to progress. That makes sense. And this has a very gothic vibe, I believe, is the intention. Ooh. And this map has a lot of cool scripts as well, which really drew me to it. You don't see a lot of maps like this coming out on the workshop lately. It also reminded me of Mailman in the Land of the Damned, which I really had a great time with. Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. There's currently... Whoa, a little bit loud on the sound, so let's crank it down. So I'm currently in my medieval era in Ancient Warfare 3. I think that it is a vastly underexplored genre. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this map already. What do we have here? We have a spear of some kind for reach, which I think will prove useful. Oh no, this guy has a crossbow. I'm not gonna be able to survive. Oh, the sound effects. That's so cool. Hello? Oh, that's cool. This guy drew his sword. Alright, this is gonna be a difficult map, I believe. I can already tell. Something like this, if you are gonna go with only 150 health, you're probably going to want to add a health regen script. In fact, I would say that is a requirement. That should be the first thing you implement. I am going to retry it, though. For some reason, I have this delusional belief that I will be able to complete this map, unlike other maps I've played lately. I somehow think medieval maps, at the very least, can be better cheesed than gun maps, so if necessary, I will cheese my way to the end. I want to fight Countess Havengale and free my land from the vampiric hordes. But yeah, I should honestly replay Dark Souls and Elden Ring, because I am just in such a medieval era right now. Medieval melee combat is just... I've just been having a great time with it in Ancient Warfare 3. Let's, avoid as much damage as possible. Alright, let's try and interrupt this guy's animation. Oh, he got me again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Alright, you know what? We're gonna do it again. We're gonna run it back. It's also possible I'm replaying this more because I guess like I said, I'm in my medieval era more, and I believe I can brute force my way to the end. But, oh yeah, so like I said, a regeneration script would really help. Also, I think a respawn script would help. So Dark Souls, a major feature of the Dark Souls mechanical structure was when you died, you'd respawn at the last bonfire. Something like that would really help here because you should be able to just respawn units when the player dies, and it would mean the player doesn't have to reload the entire map every time. That loading screen is a major turnoff to a lot of players, myself included. So anything you can do to avoid having to see that screen, I think you should do as a map maker. I wonder if I can throw this. Oh, he's still alive? Dang it, man. This guy's really good. Okay. Alright, we got him. We're doing better. We're doing better. Whoa, whoa. Awesome sound effects. I do think the sound mixing could use work on this map. There's some stuff that's really loud and some stuff that's very quiet. This door isn't locked. I gotta find out what kind of objects this guy's been using, because these are cool. Alright, sir. Step back. Yeah. I don't know if this was directly inspired by Dark Souls, but it's the vibe I get from it. Ah, alright, so we've got some crossbowmen up here. We gotta clear the upper ramparts. I think we can do that. Ooh, powerful. Powerful feeling crossbow. That was great. Yeah, yeah. Guys, this is awesome. I am loving the vibe that this map is giving me. Take out the remaining guards. Ooh, there's guys over there. I'm not going to shoot them yet, though. I think we're going to step down from this tower and face them on foot. And if I die, then I will cheese them on the next go-around. I think everyone but those people over on the end are now dead. So, let us make our way there. The fact that you can play this map in various orders is also very working in its favor, very appealing to me. It's also a Dark Souls thing. I really don't know if this is directly inspired by Dark Souls. The idea of like the vampiric hordes Kind of reminds, and there's witches as well. There were witches mentioned in the description. Definitely lends itself to more of the Witcher series, which is also cool. I have watched a few episodes of the Netflix show, haven't read the books, but and I've started one of the games, so I don't have that much experience with The Witcher, but it's just what it's reminding me of. I guess maybe we can't go there. Maybe we haven't finished clearing this area off over here. It's entirely possible. Or maybe there is a key that we have missed, leading inside, deeper into the base, because... Wait, what? Oh, this unlocked on its own! Oh, cool, okay. I'm starting to understand. It's not going to be a key puzzle situation in this map, it's just when you clear an area, the locked doors open and you can advance. Lovely. Oh! One of them down there has a crossbow. Oh boy, oh boy. Now, this is chugging. That is a major drawback, okay? I can't lie. I think people should really avoid... I think performance, making sure the map runs smoothly, is like the first thing a map maker should get right. And everything else is secondary to that. Because it doesn't matter how cool the concept is. I'm loving this concept. If I start getting bogged down like this, I'm gonna really lose interest. Let's lower our graphics, though. See, our graphics weren't even on maximum and we were chugging that hard. That is not a great sign. I wonder if we can turn off water and sun effects, and maybe that'll help us there. Bloom can maybe go off as well. Okay, that's better. Oh, shoot, he shot me through the window. I get it now, okay. Alright. Whoa. Alright, this encounter is a little bit jankier because you're forced to fall back and spray and pray with the crossbow. Yeah, I would have preferred... Okay, for one thing, you need a regen script. You gotta update this map to include a regen script because I still have leftover damage from my last encounter, and there's no way... I'm going into the next encounter already one hit away from death, so it's forcing me to use ammunition. So yeah, definitely add regen scripts or more healing opportunities, a lot more, or give the player more max health, honestly. You can be more forgiving here than I think you realize, and the map will be more enjoyable, actually, the more forgiving you are. Alright, anybody down here? No. I have one shot at this guy. And I got the hit, and he didn't. Well, oh, look at that! Look at how many arrows are in there. Okay. Gotta sneak in there. Okay. Oof, I do not like... Oh, I'm at 13 health. Well, unfortunately, guys, that's going to be the end of this run. That is the real problem when you don't have a regeneration script in a map like this. You know you're a dead man walking. I don't have any other health items I can turn to, and I'm at 13 health, and I'm going to run into a room where I'm going to get shot. I don't have sprint. Sprint is not enabled on this map, so I'm just going to run out here, and I'm going to die. Unless... Oh my goodness. Nope. I thought I was gonna do something there, guys. I thought I was gonna do something, but failed. Okay. Definitely need more healing opportunities. Honestly, if I die... I'm gonna play this one more time as is, but I'm going to... If I die again, I'm going to edit the map myself and implement a very simple regeneration script just to show you how massive of a difference it makes, just as far as playability and enjoyment. It's very easy, and I will show you. I'll walk you right through the steps on how to add a simple health regen script, because utterly crucial in a map like this. Normally, you're going to want the player to go into an encounter feeling confident, like they have a chance. And like I said, I was a dead man walking. I knew I was a dead man walking there, and that is a major turnoff. You got to be able to feel like you have a chance, and the map creator has given you a chance. Swordplay is just so fun in Ancient Warfare 3. Come on! There we go. Desert Mammoth was complaining about the swordplay in Ancient Warfare 3. He said the character's arms are too short to properly telegraph their attacks. I gotta disagree there. At least with the weapons that I've been using and playing around with. It's quite intuitive. I've just have been having some skill issues. But yeah, pretty awesome, right? Oh shoot! Hello. Awesome. Awesome! Look at that. Look at that. I'm feeling on top of the loop. You also just feel great when you kill a unit with medieval melee combat in Ancient Warfare 3. Where did I get... I had a shield before. I don't know where it went. Okay, we're going to go up here. Oh, no. All right. The thing about the sword... This makes sense. The thing about the spear is, if you let them get inside your reach, you're cooked, because you can't properly block somebody who's, like, within reach of the spear. That is the historical advantage and disadvantage of a spear, right? You have a huge advantage if they're outside your reach, but once they get in, then the advantage is flipped on its head, and it becomes their advantage that your weapon is so long. So lots of scripts here in the global scripts. You should definitely title them. But what I'm going to do is create a regeneration script, and it's going to simply be endless loop. And every one, how about we'll say every 2 seconds. Every 1.5, how about that? Get player. And we're going to say add health, or heal. And we're going to do unit to health. And then we're simply going to heal 10 health every 1.5 seconds. That way, if we're in active combat, we can still die, but once a combat encounter ends, we'll quickly heal back up to max. That is, I think, exactly what we're going to want. I'll play around for the, of course, balancing-wise, but you need the player to be able to finish the map. That is a major theme that I've been running up against when I've been playing maps lately in Ancient Warfare 3. People have not designed their maps to actually be completed, and things like this really make that possible. The best way to keep people coming back to your maps, coming back to the game in general, frankly, is to give them the feeling that they've actually overcome a challenge. You have to give them a fighting chance. This is part of that. Let's see how it goes with this. The script is now activated. If they're far away, I will use the spear. If they're close up, I will use the sword and shield. Look at that. Look at that. See what I mean about how if they're far away, there's a huge advantage. Yeah, look at that. All right. I feel tough. I feel powerful. We're going to try to beam this guy with the dang spear before he gets in close. Look at that. I'm going to get this guy on the ground as well. All right, I'm a pro now. Oh, there was a guy sitting on the chair? How did I miss him in all the previous attempts? Huh, that's funny. Okay, there's another guy with a sword up here. I'm going to get him. Oh, shoot. Now. Oh, okay. I was a bit slow. I was slow on that move, on that attempt. That's totally on me. I am pretty sure we'll be able to actually complete the dang the map in this case. Bum. Yeah, that was definitely just an organic, player error situation where I just had to raise my shield and parry on time. Was not able to. And I guess the difference between this map and the previous maps that I haven't been able to finish. You might be asking, why am I going back and persisting so hard in this map? Well, I'll tell you, there's a lot of factors. For one thing, the reload time is a lot quicker, right? This is a smaller map than the previous maps that I haven't been able to finish, so I feel more comfortable reloading it over and over again. For another thing, obviously I'm in my medieval era. I think this is a really fun gameplay loop. But for the final and probably most important thing, the previous maps on this channel I haven't been able to complete. So think Eden the Forgotten, Demise of Eden, Urban Flight, Nautical Depths, Data Maverick, and there's one by Ravmar, I don't quite... Oh, Sight Diamond Resurgence. That's 4 right there that I've played in the last month. I just haven't been able to finish, and it's been very unsatisfying for me. And the reason that I have just given up on those maps and cut the videos short is because, in addition to what I've just mentioned, all of the most frustrating aspects of those maps are packed in at their very end. So the run back, you have to play through the entire map just to get another chance at finishing it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas here, I'm dying towards the beginning, and there's things that you can do to make it easier with, like I said, a very simple regeneration script. So we are going to try... Oh, and another thing is, the reason I'm dying in this map doesn't have to do necessarily with the design of the encounters. Like, those 4 maps I mentioned had, like, wave battles at the end, where they were, like, trying to add a cinematic conclusion to the map-making experience, really make it feel like you've gone through a complete arc by putting the biggest challenge to surmount at the end. But what ends up happening is you get overwhelmed and die. The final... I agree that you should have some sort of a big challenge, or a big encounter at the end of the map, but I don't think it has to be the hardest part of the map. I've gone on record saying the hardest part of the map should be in the middle, because that way it's the run back is probably the most, like, Putting your hardest encounter at the middle is like the most bearable run back a player will tolerate before it starts to become unappealing. I mean, I haven't played this map all the way out to the end, but I'm gonna guess that there is some kind of final encounter. But since the label says the final encounter is with Countess Havengale, I believe, it's gonna be like a duel, is my impression, which is an actual a one-on-one fight. Whereas these mob encounters in a lot of gun maps are you're just swarmed and you're getting attacked from so many different directions. And it becomes really unsatisfying when you die to an attack you can't see coming. If I die to Countess Havengale, I will have seen the attack coming, and I will know that I had the chance at least to respond to it, which means I feel like it's more my fault than the map's fault if I die to Countess Havengale. I haven't even gotten to her yet, but I'm speculating about this. Whereas if I die in a gun map to a bullet I didn't even see coming, I feel like I blame more the map than myself, because I didn't even have the chance to take into account that incoming attack. And the thing is, telegraphed melee attacks in Ancient Warfare 3, Desert Mammoth is right. There is the telegraphing is less than there is in Dark Souls, but you do still have it is still telegraphed, and you do have a chance to respond. Whereas again, getting kind of ganked from a direction you can't even see is a very different proposal and more unappealing. Anyway, we have now made it back to where we were on the very first run of the map. Okay, and I will say the biggest drawback to this map experience so far is the performance. These occasional chugs are not my favorite, and these are chugging with with my graphics down below medium. They're thankfully brief, though. This guy has a crossbow. Alright, I'm going to be able to grab his bolts in a second. Why don't we just get that guy here? Yeah. It's really satisfying when you shoot enemies with a blood fountain. Alright. I hope that not all rooms have this sort of, like, obligatory corner camping like that. That is a problem. I'll tolerate it once or twice, though. Oh, hello! Hello! Oh my gosh! This is too laggy, man. You gotta cut down on the units. Or, I'm guessing they're all pre-placed. Just spawn them in as the player progresses. You don't have to have them all pre-placed at the start of the map. When a player enters a room, use a trigger to spawn them in. I don't know if... Maybe you are doing that. But it doesn't feel like it. This feels like the units are all pre-placed. Alright. And notice, by the way, I still could have easily died to that in that room because their attack... I'm at 150 health, I'm always 2 hits away from death. But if I take a stray hit in an encounter, the regen script I added has made it so after the encounter, I'm able to do another encounter. Do you know what I mean? I'm not still feeling the lingering effects of the encounters I've already done. And I'm able to move forward, look forward in the map. Very important from a game design perspective. It is very unfortunate that I can't go in this room. I would have loved to. Yeah, the impact effects look great on this, by the way, on this map. Very nice. I could have done with a little more detail on the interiors, but definitely not. If you're not going to remove units or change the performance, don't add more detail now. Don't add stuff to this map unless you're going to cut stuff, because it's already on the verge of lagginess. Oh, let's get some bullets. Oh yeah, let's get some bullets. Here we go. We are gonna absolutely pepper Countess Havengale with these bolts. I like kind of looking out over down on the land below. I hope there's not too many objects out there, because if we never go down there, there's no point to detail it at all. That could be something taking up performance resources you just don't know. But yeah, my biggest advice to this map maker would be to add that regeneration script that I've put in, and to cut down on units or spawn them with scripts. And I have tutorials on how to spawn units with scripts. Oh man, okay, so I'm just going to theorize about this encounter. We're going to step forward, and units are going to come out of doors on both sides of the hallway, and we're going to be forced to run back in here. No! That's a little different. We had a spear thrower in here. Well, he missed. And by the way, that would have been very... this would have... I would not be tolerating this if I didn't have the regen script, because, like, I'd be damaged right now, and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna die. I just know I'm gonna die instantly. The regen script really gives the player room to breathe. Alright. But as it stands, I mean, this is great. I'm liking this. I appreciate that all of the doors didn't open at once and we were forced to retreat back. That is a rather clumsy sort of encounter, which I have fallen into, but I now try to avoid. Alright. Eliminated crew ale crow. Very cool. I didn't feel confident in my sword fighting abilities in such tight quarters. I would have had to land several hits on him with the sword, with almost no room to move. By the way, taking out the... Oh, shoot! Oh, man, the lag. The lag is really getting to me, dude. I could have probably won that encounter if I didn't lag like that. Yeah, I'll try it again. But, what was I going to say? I think I forgot. But the point is, the regeneration script, very necessary for this map. We took out a mini-boss, Crew Ale Crew. Alright. Crew Ale Crow, I think maybe was his name. Oh yeah, look at that. There is a lot of objects outside the main play area. If we're spending the entire map up here on the walls, you have to cut down on these objects. These are definitely contributing to lag. Yeah, that's too much stuff out there in the fields. We're never going to go out there, so you don't need that much detail. It's just that simple. Also, did I see, like, pre-placed... are we going to go out there? How big is this map? I'm willing to explore it a bit more. You know what? I'm even going to turn the settings down even more. This is quite extraordinary for me. I don't know why, but I'm really on a quest to finish this map. I've had some bad experiences with being unable to finish maps recently, so I'm kind of surprised even at myself for being willing to stick this out. But I want to support this creator and give him as much feedback as I can so we can improve his work in the future. My biggest feedback is definitely the performance and the regen script. The regen script fixes all the issues in a very simple move. Fixes all the issues with combat that I have. Because it allows you to start fresh with each new combat encounter. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay. Gotta use the right weapon for the job. Gotta get that reach on. Alright, we got the reach. Took him out. Yeah, like so I was down to like 50 health at one point in that encounter, and so I very easily could have died, but I'm able to start fresh after winning. I'm a broken record. I'm saying the same things over and over again. But I really hope that this map creator is taking notes here. Because, yeah, it's definitely demonstrating a great grasp on on scripting, level construction. I would say he still has a little bit to do as far as getting the performance right. But there's a lot to love about this map. You can tell he's got a good grasp on a lot of these systems. And I haven't really seen much from this guy before. I might have to look through his workshop. But if this is an early, like one of his first things ever, and that's very impressive. Either way, it's impressive. He's gotten 80% of it right. But the 20% that he didn't get right is very important, like the performance. Alright, come on. You know, I didn't pick up anybody's crossbow. What a dumbo I am. That's very important. I wonder if these walls are also causing lag. Because they're very, like, I don't know how to describe it. Yeah. I don't know. There's like a lot going on these walls. I guess is the only way I can describe it. I feel like the default stone walls would probably work as well, especially if they're easier performance-wise. Okay, take out the crossbow guy first. Alright. Got that guy. We'll get that guy. Alright. And we'll get that guy. And we've got another guy here. Oof. Yeah, man. Performance. That's the biggest thing. Alright, alright. Man, what is going on here? I honestly might not be able to finish the map if this keeps happening. If I die again due to lag, then yeah, I'm not gonna finish the map, but I'm gonna just hope that was bad timing. Oh shoot! They have me backed up against the pillar. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. That guy almost got like within my range, within my reach. You know what I mean? No guards in here. Awesome. Yeah, that guy. Oh, so there are healing potions here. Okay, that's to the map's credit. But you don't need to break it up into healing crates. The regen script is important because, like, great, I can survive I mean, if I manage to make it through all those encounters, I get filled back up to max. But I really think you should let the player return to combat readiness after every encounter. It's hard enough as it is, at full combat readiness. You've only given us 150 health. You don't have to spread the healing resources any thinner. Also, to the mapmaker's credit, these guys are going down with one crossbow hit. If you made them tank multiple crossbow hits, that would have been unbearable. So that's a good sense for that kind of balancing stuff. So look at that. I just took almost 2/3 of my health in one hit. So I'm really glad to have the regen. Got various cells here. All right, we got crew. Oh, there he is. There's good old crew. Crew Ale Crow. Does he have are those? Oh shoot! I walked into a door. Okay. You know, I think we're gonna try it again. I think we can actually do this map. This is the Dark Souls of Ancient Warfare 3 maps. Truly, it is. I really feel like maybe it's player error that's causing this. I mean, I guess that, to be honest, that is kind of a clunky encounter with Crew Ale Crow. Like, you don't give the player enough room to maneuver, and the player doesn't even get sprinting on this map. So, I mean, Ancient Warfare 3's melee medieval combat is at its best when the player is able to move with confidence, act with confidence. That's why the regen script is so important, but it's also at its best when the player has room to maneuver and do it their way. So, like, a few weapons and space. And you definitely don't have any space to maneuver when you're fighting Mr. Ale Crow. I don't know why. I was yapping, so I was using the wrong weapon there. That guy was clearly within my reach, and I was using the spear on him. I'm going to die a billion more times, but I'm going to really try to complete this map. Again, unless there's, like, a big script that's, like, timed, and that's causing a lag spike at the exact place that there's a combat encounter, like, that would mean, like, that's a problem with the map, right? Like, I'm wondering if that's what happened when I died that one. Like the furthest I got on this map was when I beat Crew Ale Crow, and I was in the room just after him, and I was getting swarmed. I had a crossbow arrow come at me, and at the same time, there was a giant lag spike. And I'm wondering if that was like a hard-coded lag spike, like he has a big script. It's supposed to kick in at that same time. And if that's the case, it might not even be possible to go further than that, because I don't know if it's going to be possible to beat that room if it's got a lag spike timed. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. Difficult when you're not paying attention here on this map. I have no problem with these encounters at the start of the map. You've given the player the tools they need. To survive it, so it's on me there. But again, that tunnel area with crew and maybe an immediate area afterwards is probably not how you want to go about it. I think you should probably widen the tunnels or like blow them up, sort of, so it's like they all the rooms run together, something like that. All right, time to lock in, you guys. This is gonna be the run. This is gonna be the run. Easy. GG, easy. Mom, get the camera! That was a good move. Oh yeah. This is MLG gaming. Yeah. These guys are toast. Okay, now I think I am gonna go... See, I don't like this encounter either, again, because there's no room to maneuver. You can't even see what he's doing with the sword, which is crucial. You have to be able to react. Okay. But the encounters out here are fine. You have a little bit more space. There's not a roof over your head blocking you. Can you not jump in this map? I've only just realized you can't jump. Interesting. I guess it hasn't been too much of a problem if I haven't noticed. But that is crazy. I don't think you need to restrict jumping in a medieval map in Ancient Warfare 3. But it doesn't... It's honestly a matter of discretion. It's really the dealer's choice if you want to do that or not. I think the biggest reason you'd want to restrict jumping is because of if players can jump on tables and cheese the melee AI. I think that's why most people do it. But you can just as easily do an invisible wall on the table to stop that as well. Whew, it's always scary when you've got the bolt come in, just barely missing you. Alright, we're gonna bait these guys up out here. Yeah, so again, so like the encounters up here are like this map at its best, for sure. Especially with the regen script. But there's like a lot more enemies down there. They're coming at you. It is more of a mob. Yeah. Oof, and it's really laggy as well. I'm just button mashing, and I don't like doing that. I'm button mashing against a mob of enemies. I think mobs of enemies are not failed block shield drop. What? Oh, a failed block makes you drop your shield? That's interesting. Okay, well let me pick up a shield again. We just don't get a shield anymore? I thought we would have been able to pick up a new shield after dropping it. Okay. Well, we have a very imperfect block ability now. Alright, let's grab this. We need the bolts in this one. Okay, we got one shot. We got one shot to take out the guy in here. Oh, I missed! I missed! Dang it! Okay. Oh! Again, this is gonna be the move. Oh, yeah! Okay. Who's next? Who wants a piece of Tomebinder? Come on now. Anyone? Yeah. Performance is bad. I wonder if it's the lights. I think these shadows are enabled. That's also affecting it. Definitely turn off shadows on these braziers. Honestly, turn off most of the braziers, just full stop. And just add one scripting light object in here. You don't need all these braziers generating light objects. That's another big thing hurting the performance of this map. And when I say hurting the performance, I hope you know what I mean. It's making the map lag to have so many lights. I can't believe I didn't pick up on that before, but that's also a problem. You also probably don't need guys running around down there. Just the more units that are in a map, the more lag you're going to get overall. And I think you'll find that once you've done these changes, you'll be able to add more detail where it counts. Like add more little pieces of debris throughout this rampart base thing that we're fighting in. I'm honestly proud of the feedback I've been giving so far in this map. Spending more time with it has allowed me to take a larger view at all this stuff going well and going wrong. By the way, unit design. Definitely going well. Oh, shoot! Okay, okay. Ooh, ooh. We made it. We're okay. We still have enough shots to deal with crew. This is probably my least favorite encounter because you are forced to... You can only go one way. You can only go backwards. And Ancient Warfare 3, you've got to be able to maneuver. Why does this door open on its own? Oh, you know what? I bet it's because there's a scripting trigger where the door opens and the guys come out. That's funny. You can very easily make a one-time trigger by just having it teleport away after it's entered the first time. Just so you know. Okay, let's keep going. Making my way downtown with a bow. Oh, there he is. Okay. All right, crew. Not this time. Not this time. Oh, shoot. I just don't like... I do not like this encounter. All you can do is go backwards. And, like, it's very easy to run into something that's going to block you. Like, watch this. Okay. I could have got stuck on that door and died. Come on, one more. That's the only way to take him out. You cannot melee a guy in this. You cannot melee a larger unit like that in this close quarters. But you do get a lot of money out of it, and we actually get a little bit more max health. That is a very sparse health increase. For those who didn't remember, I hope you've been paying attention. We had 150 max health up to now, but when you kill oh my gosh, I forgot his name. Ravencrow? No, that doesn't sound right. But regardless, when you kill him, you get 10 more health. Dude, buffs that up to like 50 or 100 more health when you kill this guy. 10 health is a paltry reward for the difficulties a player has faced to getting here. Oh, shoot. Another armored guy? Oh, that's... I don't know about that. Oh, is he just as hard to kill? Why is he so fast, too? Saliver Compando. Okay, cool. I like that they have names. That is cool. That is a cool script. Just the actual... basics of combat here are not the most satisfying. So I remember I got ganked here, so I'm trying to be more careful. But I don't like encounters in Ancient Warfare 3 where you can only survive if you've done them before and you can kind of like... You have the benefit of foresight, you know what I mean? You should be able to win a map without having played it before. Like, the map should be able to guide you and telegraph where enemies are coming from. Like, you could have, like, the sound of stomping feet in this room... And then the door opens and a guy charges out. Like, that's how it should be. Okay. Here's a guy. Oh, we also gained another 10 health for killing Saliver Compando. That's fun. Alright. This door, I guess, is not available to us. Well, this is the area I died that one time, so I'm now officially further along than I have ever been. Picked up a book. We want some knowledge. Here in my garage. Anyone get that reference? With knowledge. You know, I sometimes wonder, like, how many people watch these videos all the way to the end. And I've thought about, like, burying some message in the video and saying, comment if you've gotten this far. I've also thought about starting. Well, maybe I won't give away some of my interesting plans for future videos because I think you'll want to stay tuned to find them out. Oh shoot! Okay. Oh, is this gonna be another? Dude, stop putting high health mini bosses in this hallway area. This is the worst area of the map as far as combat encounters. Northeast corridor key. All right, so Commander Sebra has a key potentially leading to a northwest corridor. Ah, there's the northwest corridor. Northeast corridor, northeast. My apologies. I wonder if Sebra's room has any bolts for me. That would be very useful. It does! Look at that. So, it's great when a map rewards exploration like this in Ancient Warfare 3. But, are these empty? No! The bolt barrels are empty. That's tragic, dude. I don't know what's up with that. Oh, man, okay. Well, I thought I was being smart by looking for... in here. There's gotta be bolts in here, right? Yeah! Oh my gosh! Hello! Oh, terrifying. There's lore in here. Gotta kind of, you know, desperately check behind me. Dear Countess Havengale, Havengale is our main enemy, by the way. She's the boss of the map. I hope this message finds you well. Recently, an associate of mine has discovered a plot against our clan. It will come for me first. Death does not scare me, but the plot is deeper than just our family. Our mole in Amaria says our land is soon to be sieged by a large order Amari coalition. I'll be dead by the time this reaches your eyes. Stop them if you can. Make your way to our family manor by the next fortnight. Spelled like the video game. I must collect my will on the 3rd page. Tax collections. Lots of money, lots of money. Cool, cool, cool. See, I like these little bits of lore. Like, this is cool. Okay, alright. I'm vibing with this. Alright, and we should just be able to... Wait, did the crossbow guy change into a sword guy and charge me? That's super cool. Did he turn into a sword guy because I fell back and, like, pursue me? That is impressive scripting work. I really like that. Anything somebody does to make a unit feel more alive and oh, hello, and engaged with the map. Dude, I almost checked OBS there and I would have died. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, we've got another lag spike, but it's going away. Okay. I still do think that this map could really improve if you cut the light objects, and you gotta cut stuff from it to improve the performance, but my morale is very high right now. There better not be a cheeky crossbow guy who's gonna insta-shoot me. There isn't. Look at that. I should have had more faith. Okay, bad idea. Bad idea. Bad idea. No. No! Ah, man, these melee encounters, there's not enough space to fight these melee encounters, dude, because if I had just a little bit more space, I could have gone back a bit, got my bearings, picked the right weapon, and then approached this guy. You have to give another rule of melee combat. You have to give the player time, breathing room. Let them approach it how they want to approach it. Do I want to attempt this one more time? Guys, I'm going to do it one more time. But there are things about how this map is structured that make it very difficult to complete. I guess I'm learning that both melee and gun-based maps have the potential to fall into that trap. So I'm going to play it one more time, take this, you know, combine all the knowledge I've learned from previous playthroughs, and try to make it to Countess Havengale. But I really do think that a map should not be unbeatable unless you've played it multiple times. Do you know what I'm saying? This map should be beatable on the first attempt. So you have to restructure these encounters to be more forgiving. Let the player gain confidence as the map goes. Give them cool encounters, but the encounters don't have to be hard. I think, you know, I do a lot of writing, and the biggest piece of advice I give people is it's very easy to vomit out like a huge, long piece of writing that has like way too many words in it. It's a lot harder to convey what you want to convey tightly. And the equivalent of that is, in this space, it's very easy to make a quote-unquote difficult map. Because you just have to not be good at, like, telegraphing. Billing a map as difficult, which this map doesn't do, but just billing a map as difficult is not really anything to brag about, just in my opinion. Like, it's just showing you didn't go to the trouble of applying level design principles, where there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, but they're all realistically progressing and beatable. So it's very easy to make a hard map. It's a lot harder to make a satisfying and completable map. I believe it can be done, and I believe this person is well on his way to creating a very believable and completable map. Just not quite where it should be yet, and that's the purpose of this channel, to give constructive feedback to the maps that I play. It's never meant as an attack on anyone. I'm doing this because I hope that the Ancient Warfare 3 workshop will one day be populated entirely by completable, fun, satisfying, not laggy maps. And that is my solemn quest. Alright, there's a lot of guys in here. Come on. You can chase me, it's fine. Yeah, come on. Alright. They're all dropping money, and I'm wondering if there's the opportunity to spend it on this map. Is there going to be like a... What's the name of the blacksmith in Dark Souls? Andre? Is there going to be another Andre where we can buy... I would love just an Andre who sells only bolts for the crossbow. The crossbow is absolutely carrying this map. It's the MVP of my inventory, bar none. Hello. Once you get down here, it becomes a little bit more cheese. Like, you have to cheese a little more, unfortunately. I don't want to have to deal with 3 sword guys at once. So, we brought them down to 2 at least. Alright. We're going out here because, again, there's just more space to maneuver. We can pick our battles a little bit better. Use the spear. Take them down when they're just outside my reach. Perfect. Alright. That's the reason as well that the very first time I saw this corridor over here, I was like predicting the encounter that I was about to face. And as part of my prediction, I said, okay, they're going to come out, so I'm going to have to fall back. And that's an interesting thing, thinking back on it. Why did I assume I would have to fall back when they came out of the hallway? Well, the answer is, a player just instinctively understands they can't melee in a tight space like this. So the player will instinctively fall back to more room, because that's the natural place to carry out melee combat in Ancient Warfare 3 is in a larger space, where there's room to breathe, room to move, room to pick weapons, room to reposition. Melee combats in very tight spaces just often do not work at all. Especially because the weapons can get caught on like the walls and stuff and get interrupted. But the problem is, that only happens to the player, never happens to the enemy. So it gives the enemy an unfair advantage. Because the game, Ancient Warfare 3, is hard-coded to only apply those physics problems to a player's weapon. Like, for example, I'm gonna swing this weapon, and like, imagine it's aimed at a unit right here, right? I'm swinging it, and it's gonna hit the door just as much as it's gonna hit the unit. The unit will not have that problem. The unit, if it's swinging at me, will never hit the door. It's only gonna hit me. That's why these tight spaces only favor the enemy and never favor the players. So players will instinctively fall back to a place with more room. Like, look at that. The spear is hitting the walls. So ideally, this room is 1 modular taller to allow better use of the spear. All right. Let's go. Oh, I forgot about this guy. I forgot all about this guy, and I died. Okay. Well, I'm not going to replay it again. I really thought I could complete this map, you guys, but it's honestly going to take a long time, and I'm going to be bashing my head against the wall. And I think this is just a game design issue here. We gotta think more about what the average player is going to experience when they are actually moving through this map, what they're going to do instinctively, and what they're going to find satisfying and unsatisfying. I definitely think this map, like I said, is 80% of the way to legendary status. I even overlooked the fact that it takes place at nighttime, you guys, because it's mostly taking place underground in a well-lit area, which is exactly how night maps should be created in Ancient Warfare 3. I think I want to give the creator a lot of props for that, because a lot of these night maps in Ancient Warfare 3 are way too gray, but the orange light from the braziers completely eliminates that issue. So definitely a good grasp on the fact that night maps have to have color in Ancient Warfare 3. Maps should not be dull in Ancient Warfare 3, and above all, this map is not visually dull. So very good work to the creator on that score. However, there are a few other factors, which I've outlined at length, that I think this map could use, and since he's been updating it over the past month, I have high hopes that he's willing to update it again, and I will be willing to return to it. I'm thinking, if he updates it, I'll return to it in my next variety stream, along with the map Eden the Forgotten by Gamerwolf, which is another recent map I played that I couldn't finish. So hopefully, if this map is updated, just like the Forgotten was, I'll play them both on my next variety stream with the balancing updates in mind. Like I'll play the most recent version of them. Hopefully they'll both be much improved, they'll be more satisfying, they'll be able to be completed, and we'll be able to say definitively that they are great maps deserving of an upvote. I just think this map is not complete yet. It's got a few more updates to go through, and then it will be an icon in the medieval space of Ancient Warfare 3. It's almost there with Mailman and the Land of the Damned. Really excited to see where this map maker goes with those updates. I cannot wait to check it out again. Don't get me wrong, this map was great, way more replayable than a lot of the gun maps I've played recently, because it's just more, I don't even know how to put it into words. The gun maps are just as impressive from a technical standpoint, but for some reason I was more willing to replay this one over and over again. Can't say why definitively, but I'm just really encouraged to see that there's new map makers trying out stuff like this, taking big swings in Ancient Warfare 3, and this video was there to help them on their journey. With that, folks, if you do want to support the channel, please do help in the usual ways. A like, a subscription, all that goes a long way. Also, if you have a request for me to make a playthrough or a tutorial, let me know in the comments because I do love to read and reply to them. With that, folks, we'll see you in the next video real soon.